What attributes should someone consider when thinking about hiring a property management company? Also, how can property management company make or lose your money? So, property management company can take all of your money, and there's very little that you can do about it. So, worst case scenario, if a property management company takes all of your money, then the only thing that you could do is use another property management company and sue them for the amount of money that they took from you, right? There's not that much transparency that you can request or forcibly ask a property management company for without like a lawsuit in place, because it's a private business. No business has to open up their books to you and show what they spent where and why. And I would say that here in the Dayton area, I have heard that property management is particularly difficult, like to find good ones. And from a business model perspective, I really don't know how it's a sustainable business model. Because in order for the property management, these lower valued homes, lower rent areas, to be like a viable business model, you have to have a lot of quantity. And if you have a lot of quantity, then you're really stretching out your bandwidth, and you're really not able to give all of the properties an appropriate level of attention. So it's a real double-edged sword, property management. I would say the red flags that I would look for in property management is if they have any sort of termination, early termination fee. I wouldn't sign that, right? Like if you're not happy with a property management company, or the property management company isn't happy with you, then you two should be able to part ways as immediately as you two so decide. There shouldn't be any sort of contractual obligation to fulfill any term. And it's not like any of these property management companies are giving you services in advance. Property management is 100% a reactive like industry, right? So if someone complains, something goes wrong, then the property management company will go out and do something, right? I think if a property management company is firing on all cylinders, then you can start doing things like quarterly inspections or, kind of routine maintenance. But that's a really difficult spot to get to, right? That is really kind of labor intensive to get all of that set up on a regular basis. I guess all I'm saying is there's no real reason for a property management company to include some sort of early termination fee inside of the contract, because they're not out anything if it's not a mutually beneficial relationship. So don't sign one of those. I would also want to get crystal clear on what services are provided for the 8 to 10% monthly, payment that you're going to be making to them. So at least here in this area, a 10% management fee is kind of the industry standard. So if you're, renting the property for $800 per month, then that management company gets $80 per month for collecting that rent. And what else, right? So is handling phone calls part of your management fee? Is going and posting notices included in your management fee? What types of services or activities are included in that, and what's going to cost you extra, right? So it also isn't uncommon or unusual for a property management company to have like an in-house maintenance person that is billed at, X number of dollars per hour. Like I said, that one management company had a $45 minimum service fee. So each time they went out to the property, and maybe even each time they took a phone call from my property, I was charged $45. So while you can't possibly expect people to work for free, I don't think that would be a good idea. I am very interested and would really want to know what's included and what isn't, because the last thing you want to do is on a monthly basis look at a laundry list of charges that you thought would have been included in the fee, right? And then I would also be really curious as to how they find their contractors, what causes them to approve a quote. I know a lot of the discrepancies that I've heard from out of state, or a lot of complaints from out of state landlords or out of state investors, are from the property management company's quality of work that they have done from contractors that they have hired. So I know, even being local, when I used a property management company, I often found myself paying for work that was never actually completed. I just wasn't the best of oversight on that because, again, at least in this area on these properties, it's a quantity game. So the quality suffers every single time. The oversight suffers because in order for the management company to make money, they have to be stretched really thin because you're making money on really small margins.
Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question. And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.